Hey, this is Jesse with Create This is AngularJS channel. Today I want to talk about an issue that I found yesterday while I was debugging a project that uses track by index. So I had never used track by index before, and you can take a look at this article. I'll link this article down below in the description to see more about what track by index is used for and why you would want to use it and how it works. Basically, it's for ng repeats where you need a little bit of a performance boost. So with that out of the way, let's see this little plunker here without track by index on the ng repeat. Let's see what happens here. So we're gonna look at the script, and what I've got like a +1 directive, and I've got an array of objects that have numbers as values. And so the +1 directive basically displays an input, and the ng model is number.+1, and you can see inside the model itself, number.+1 is set to the value of number +1. So I mean, it does what it says. It just adds 1 to the number and displays it. So this is kind of like a plunker to replicate as close as I can a real-world issue that I was experiencing yesterday. So when we start off, we initialize the numbers variable on scope to a simple array with one item, and the value is 0. Okay, and that's what we see right here. And we can see that the +1 directive is adding 1 to the value and displaying it within an input. Okay, now when we click this replace button, what we do is we replace everything in that array with 5, 6, 7, and 0. Okay, and the +1 directive does what it's supposed to do. 5 + 1 is 6, 6 + 1 is 7, 7 + 1 is 8, 0 + 1 is 1. Okay, that's perfectly normal. Everything's working fine. Now let's add track by index here. Again, this will give our ng repeat a bit of a performance boost, but it also has some weird side effects, and that's what I want to talk about. So now when we hit the replace button, our first index, 0, says the value is 5, which is what we expect it to be. The replacement value is 5 for index 0. However, the input doesn't display a value. And the reason for that is ng repeat, when using track by index, thinks that index 0 was already around before. It thinks that it doesn't have to reinitialize the directive, essentially. So all of the code within the directive for index 0 is not initialized. Now you can get around this, I believe, by, I think right here we can do scope.numbers equals empty array. Now by nulling out the array, we should reset ng repeat, and it should reinitialize everything. So let's go ahead and hit replace here. Oh, still didn't work. So I had a solution in mind for this. My idea was to nullify the numbers array and then force an update of the view and then set it again. But unfortunately, I can't figure out how to do that update of the view. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timeout. So let's try that. Okay, so we've set scope.numbers to an empty array, and then we've set a timeout, and in the callback function, we're setting scope.numbers to our replacement array. Let's see if it works. Yeah, there we go. Perfect replacement. Track by index is a little wonky at times, but it can give you some performance improvements. But in this case, I think I would do track by numbers.value. I think that makes a lot more sense. So maybe don't cargo cult track by index everywhere, and use track by whatever your actual ID is. If you have any questions or comments about this plunker or anything discussed in this video, please leave me a comment down below. I will have this plunker and also the finished plunker, or the functional, the one that works, the plunker that works, down below in the description of the video. You can click through on those, you can fork them, modify them, play with them, do whatever you want interactively. I'll also include a link to this article down below in the description. This is Jesse with Create This. Hope you found this interesting or useful. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.